In this video, I will show you how to make people like you simply by using your body language correctly. On the second part of this video, I'll show you just how important your body language is for your mental health. This is from the book The Art of Reading Minds by Henrik Fexeus. If you want to learn how to read minds, then you can buy the book from the top link in the description. This all comes under the chapter Rapport in Practice. Building rapport through body language. Firstly, a simple body language tip to build rapport. In other words, to make people like you more, is matching and mirroring. So what is matching and mirroring? Matching occurs when you're side by side with someone. So, for example, if they put their left leg over their right leg, then you put your left leg over your right leg. And mirroring happens when you're standing or sitting across from someone. For instance, if they tilt their head to their left, then you tilt your head to your right. Mirroring is about subtly reflecting someone's body language, tone, or gestures to create a sense of connection. As the book says, when someone behaves as we do, we instinctively feel they understand us. People naturally like others who are similar to them. Now here's how to mirror effectively. Start with small gestures such as posture or head tilts, but really focus on subtlety to avoid coming across as artificial or mocking them. So here's a few practical tips for you. Representative gestures. Mimic the other person slightly. For example, if they cross their arms, you could rest your right hand on your left wrist. Similar but not identical. Delayed mirroring. Wait 20 to 30 seconds before subtly copying their movement. This makes it less obvious. Facial expressions. Imitate their expressions as these reflect their internal emotions. When someone sees a corresponding expression on your face, they instinctively feel you share their feeling, creating a deep connection. People can't see their own faces, so they're unlikely to notice your subtle mimicry. Instead, they'll simply feel a sense of affinity. But here's a very important tip. Be cautious when mirroring. Ensure you're reflecting specific expressions or behaviours rather than someone's natural appearance. For instance, some people may naturally look stern, sad, or angry, even when they're relaxed. Avoid imitating these expressions, as it may lead to misunderstandings. So that last point leads nicely on to how not to mirror. Don't copy every movement because, as I said earlier, this may feel insincere or even as if you're mocking them. Avoid mirroring negative behaviours, such as slouching or closed-off body language. Instead, subtly introduce positive cues. So for example, if they cross their arms, you might mirror the angle while keeping your hands open to create a sense of openness and receptivity. Now on to something else that isn't so much body language, but it's very linked. Tone of voice and tempo. Mirroring doesn't stop with body language, it extends to vocal patterns. Gradually match the tone of voice and pace of speech of the other person. And a big one, adapt to their energy level, whether they're slow and relaxed or fast and energetic. Now here's the actual psychology and science behind mirroring. Mirroring activates mirror neurons, which are associated with empathy and understanding. Humans naturally seek patterns of similarity to feel safe and connected. Studies show that mirroring increases perceived likability and trust in social interactions. Now the next part of this video is the most important. I will show you just how important your body language is for your mental health. Part of it comes under body language as therapy in the book, and another part is what I've just wrote from what I've learned. What does body language as therapy mean? Well, studies, psychology, science all show that your body language can directly affect your emotions. And a quote from the book is, "Our posture doesn't just reflect our mood, it can shape it." Now here's how it actually works. So the mind and the body are deeply connected. Now here's a part from the book. Not only are all our thoughts reflected in our bodies, the reverse is true as well. Whatever happens to our bodies affects our mental processes. You can easily test this yourself. Try this experiment. Clench your jaw. Lower your eyebrows. Stare at a fixed point in front of you. Clench your fists. Stay like this for 10 seconds. If you did this correctly, you likely started to feel angry. Why? Because you mimicked the muscle movements associated with anger. and your brain responded to these physical cues as if they were real emotions. Now here's the psychology behind this. The brain doesn't distinguish between real emotions and physical cues. It reacts as if they are both the same. And a point I would like to make that is linked to this is negative self-talk works the same way. Your mind doesn't know the difference between a joke and the truth. For example, if you tell yourself constantly, "I have a bad memory," your mind takes this as fact. Similarly, on a whole different topic, saying negative things to other people affects you as well. The reasons for this is we are all linked energetically, and your subconscious hears everything you say, whether to others or yourself. If you call someone stupid, your subconscious registers it as if you're saying it to yourself, reinforcing negativity within you. Why it's important to be conscious of how body language affects you. Positive body language can help break negative cycles by physically reprogramming your body. It boosts confidence, improves mood, and reduces stress. Now here's a practical example for you to try. If you're feeling sad, stand tall and smile. This sends happy signals to the brain. The brain thinks, "Oh, I'm using the muscles in my face associated with happiness. I must be happy." This can trigger the release of endorphins, also known as the happy hormone. Now here's a real life experiment that I actually read in the book How to Master Emotions. When I first started this channel, I made a few videos on that book and mentioned this. A guy called David K. Reynolds, in his book Constructive Living, explained how he changed his identity for his alter ego, David Kent, and created a depressed, suicidal patient. The goal was to be accepted as an anonymous patient into various psychiatric facilities to assess them from the inside. Note that he wasn't simulating depression, he was actually depressed. Psychological tests proved it. Here's how he created depression. Depression can be created by sitting slouched in a chair, shoulders hunched, head hanging down. Repeat these words over and over. There's nothing anybody can do. No one can help. It's hopeless. I'm helpless. I give up. Shake your head. Sigh. Cry. In general, act depressed, and the genuine feeling will follow in time. So doing things like slouching all the time, maintaining sad facial expressions, listening to sad music, engaging in negative self-talk, sitting around all day, avoiding exercise and productivity, in essence, living a depressing life, will, in time, end in depression. After a year, the experiment ended, and he reversed the process. He sat upright, chest out, smiled, engaged in positive self-talk, exercised, socialised. The result? His mental state improved dramatically. He no longer had depression, and he was allowed out of the wards, showing the profound impact of body language and habits on emotions. So the key takeaways of this video are: matching and mirroring builds connection. Body language changes how we feel. Both are powerful tools to influence relationships and self-perception. Try these techniques and let me know how they work for you in the comments. If you want to buy the book, I'll remind you, then the link is top of the description. If you learned something from this video, please like, and to keep learning, subscribe. If the next video on this book is out, then the playlist will be on screen now, so you can pick and choose what you want to see. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.